Hey, good morning. Welcome to Shores Prepping. I'm your host, Greg, starting at the back of the garden because we're winding down on the spring planting. Things are starting to produce quite a bit, and it is the natural time for things to say, hey, you know, we've done our business. We have plenty of beans to reproduce, plenty of cucumbers for seeds. I'm really looking forward to trying some sweet corn, which is the first year I've ever planted it, because this is the first year I've had a backyard that wasn't in the woods at our previous home. And I'm looking forward to seeing how we wind up on a harvest. The one thing I've discovered and advocated is growing your own food, just because you could say, all right, if I need to, I can feed myself, my family, my community, whatever it is, or make myself useful should things go south. We got Concord grapes, green grapes doing really well. Grow bag 7-gallon window well unit, which I did replant white potatoes and they are starting to come up again. We have red grapes, green beans, all the usual stuff. But the beauty about backyard gardening is you can shape it to what you want and how much you want to do. How ambitious are you? How much time do you have? How much time do you want to spend? And some of the things is just really nice to say, okay, I got some tomatoes to pick this morning. We've been enjoying fresh fruits and vegetables a lot of the summer. We got some beautiful tomatoes hidden in there. I'll be harvesting those. The neighbors certainly appreciate it, you know. And when you see the news, you kind of say, wow, things are really getting rough. You see Israel, Iran, Lebanon getting ready to go to war. You see the lunatics, protesting, burning our flags, desecrating our statues, and what we should be as a united country. But instead we have these lunatics in here, high prices, high inflation, and you're saying, man, what can I do to offset the cost? Well, you can contour a garden to your own behalf and say, this is all I want to grow. I really love, as an example, carrots. So I got a water trough from Tractor Supply, and thank goodness they reversed their position on that nonsense LGBTQ nonsense. Punched a few holes in it, and now I have some beautiful carrots. Made a small bed just for peppers, and now I have that. I have cabbage in there and all this. So lettuce, spinach, green onions, and I'm looking forward to it. But now the season is winding down. Put in the work, you put in the time, and now the second planting is starting to show up for a fall harvest. This is what I've just picked up this morning. English cucumber, fresh cubes. We've had cucumbers every day. Beautiful tomatoes, and I just harvested some carrots. But things are starting to wind down, except for the idiot out in the street who once a year decides it's time to water the street and clean it up. But I am literally out in the country. Fresh corn, some beautiful spaghetti squash, and it's how much you want to do or what you are able to do. Got some more cucumbers here. Beautiful spaghetti squash, plenty of it, long-term food. But as you can see, rust is starting to move through. The hot summer's taking its toll on the plants. They've done their job. They've reproduced. They're spreading seeds. They're growing. They're producing food for us. But now's the time to say, okay, we're done for the season. But it's been fun, and it's not over yet, because on the other side, I did succession planting in the anticipation of what's behind me to die off naturally. And you could say, well, I could put all the stuff in here to prolong the harvest. You can't delay what is the inevitable. Everything reproduces, and everything has a set time beginning to end. So I have more peas, beautiful crop of green beans coming up, another crop of corn, sweet corn coming up. Sunflowers, kind of iffy. Mammoth or skyscraper mammoth that are supposed to be 12 to 14, 16 feet tall. Some pollinators. Even the bees still appreciate saying, hey, look, we need food as well. So I still have the flowers in there. And more sunflowers that kind of not making it. But everything has its time and its place, beginning and end. And how you shape it to fit your lifestyle is strictly up to you. And that's the freedom of gardening, and especially backyard gardening. Beautiful. Tomato in there. Sandy really likes BLTs, and I'm happy to fix it for her. She hasn't helped much in the garden, but she enjoys the results of it, and I'm happy to provide that for her. And that's what gardening freedom gives you. We got some green leaf lettuce, leftover beets, all kinds of tomatoes, peaches. These will be, sweet potatoes when they're done in late fall. Plenty of cherry tomatoes. The neighbors just love it when I do the morning pick almost every morning and say, here, we have ours for today and tomorrow. How about you? Freedom of gardening is what it is. Freedom to say, I'm gonna have some sweet corn for supper with cucumber salad, cucumber onion salad, whatever. But there's no rules or regulations to say how big, how small, what your raised bed gardens should look like. You can make it anything you want. Nobody's judging you and saying, oh, look, he's got grow bags on pallets. I don't really care. I had leftover wood. I got it up off the ground, bought grow bags, put it on top of there. It's up off the ground, away from the rodents, the crawling, creepy crawlies, everything else like that, and it works. And that's the beauty of backyard gardening. What works for you? What are you able to do? And if you say, that's really not for me, I would rather pay outrageous prices at the grocery store rather than grow my own, that's up to you. If you say, I enjoy working in the garden, getting back to nature, connecting with the earth, connecting with the dirt and the outside, and saying, this is my reward for my hard work. I'm gonna have some cucumbers. I'm gonna have some fresh carrots. And believe me, fresh carrots taste nothing like what you get out of the can. It's a whole different experience. So I would urge you to keep on with that. Keep on that train of thought. And it actually takes a full year to learn all the cycles of what works, what doesn't work. Put it in your memory bank saying, planting this over here didn't work. However, oh, look at that. Planting this over here paid off with the green beans. And we like green beans, ham, potatoes, and green beans, delicious. But it's winding down on this half, starting up on the other half. Thank you for liking and subscribing to Erie Shores Prepping. Appreciate you, thank you, and welcome you. And I like seeing your gardens as well. Greg out.